For the cheapest and fastest Madden coins on the market, check out my sponsor dvdj.com and use code SWIFT at checkout for 10% off.
So Swift family, and today I'm coming back at you guys with another Madden 20 Ultimate Team video. And in today's video, boys, I'm talking about the best power-ups that you guys should be investing in, players that you can invest in that will likely go up in price with their power-up cards when they get new upgrades in Madden 20 Ultimate Team. Now, I'm actually really excited to post this video. I'm hoping I can post something like this every other week. So if you want a video like this every other week, hit that like button down below. 500 likes and I'll post another one maybe next week or the week after that. As well, comment down below if you have any other players I didn't mention in the video that you're going to be investing in, or what players I talked about that you're thinking of definitely investing in. And most importantly, if you guys are not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, I am going to obviously try and post this series relatively often, so hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on it. But I also do post some pretty solid other Madden 20 Ultimate Team tips. So let's get into this. Basically, what I'm going to talk about is firstly, I'm going to give you guys the criteria for what I think about when I want to invest in a power-up card. That way you guys can maybe find some other ones at home. And then I'm also going to talk about whether each card is a short-term investment or a long-term investment. So let's just get started off with the criteria that I like to look at. Firstly, I usually want them to be having a good season right now in the NFL. Because obviously, if players are doing well, they're more likely to get cards, whether it's Team of the Week cards, Team of the Year cards, or just being included in new promos. Now, one other thing that I like to look at is I like to look at cards that you know have like a glitchy, I guess you could say, archetype build type of thing. So let's just use an example here. We're going to compare Jason Witten and George Kittle. Jason Witten is slow. No hate to Jason Witten, but Jason Witten is pretty slow, which makes him less of a glitchy card, so his power-up's going to be less expensive. But George Kittle, on the other hand, is going to be a faster tight end, which more people are going to desire. And that's basically what I mean by glitchy. You want to find a card that's going to be desired, because if people want the card, the power-up price is going to go up. So let's get started off with this list with the first player who I have on this list. Also, when I show you guys these players, we're also going to just talk about other cards that they have in the game. That way we can see whether they're going to be getting a new power-up. But the first player on this list is going to be Lattimore, you guys. Lattimore, if you do know, all he has right now is an 85 overall card. He's been absolutely balling for the Saints right now. Unfortunately, he did get nicked up last week, but I still think he's definitely due for an upgrade. And if we look back to the beginning of Madden, when this Lattimore was an 85 overall, you could get his free 85. This power-up card was very, very expensive. So Lattimore, definitely one that I'm going to be investing in, that I have invested in a little bit, but definitely one person that I would keep my eye on. Now, let's take a look at the next person on this list. This next person, or actually, sorry, let's also talk about long-term or short-term. For this card, I'm thinking this is more of a shorter-term investment. I think that Lattimore is due for a new card very, very soon. Now, let's take a look at one other card on this list, and that is going to be Myles Garrett, you guys. Let's take a look at how much his power-up is going for. This is someone who I'm very heavily invested in. He's only going for 7.4k. I'm going to buy a couple more Myles Garrett power-ups right now. This Myles Garrett, I think he's been having a pretty solid year. I haven't been following the Browns too heavily. I know he was playing really well at the start of the year, but one other good thing about Myles Garrett is his card is really glitchy when he gets a new one, and people are really going to be wanting his new card. Now, I believe the only card he has right now is going to be the Theme Builder. I think that's his best card, which is going to be an 87 overall. So he is very, very due for a new upgrade. I'm going to label him in the short-term investment category because he's going to be getting a new card relatively soon. Now, let's take a look at the next player on this list. And this is the potential MVP of the year right now. And that is going to be Russell Wilson, you guys. Russell Wilson, a bit more of a longer term investment because he did just get a new card, but I've been pretty heavily invested in him. His price has actually gone up a little bit. I was buying these cards at a way cheaper price, but if you guys can see, he does have a 91 overall, so he did recently get an upgrade, meaning that this is a bit more of a longer term investment. So maybe if you don't have a bunch of coins, maybe don't buy Russell Wilson because it might be a bit of time before he gets an upgrade, but honestly, he's the potential MVP of the season. You know he's going to be getting another really good card, and at some point in time, when he gets that upgraded card, he's going to get Escape Artist, Dashing Deadeye, as well as some really good throwing stats, which probably will make him maybe the best quarterback in the game once he gets a new upgrade. So Russell Wilson, definitely someone to keep your eye on. I'm investing in him just because I have a bit more coins, but for those of you that don't have a ton of coins, maybe hold off. But the next guy that I want to talk about is Patrick Mahomes. I actually talked about him in yesterday's video. His price is actually down a little bit, 18,000 coins. I'll buy that Patrick Mahomes card every single day of the week. But I think that Patrick Mahomes is due for an upgrade, I'm guessing, in the Thanksgiving promo. So this is a pretty short-term investment. He already is a little bit pricey, so it is a bit risky because if he doesn't get a new card, his value might go down. But right now, he's only sitting at a 90 overall. He's the cover boy. I mean, he's very, very due for a new card. So Patrick Mahomes, another person on this list that I think you guys should be investing in. Now, this next person is a bit more of a longer-term investment, and that is going to be Julio Jones. Julio Jones, I would say he's kind of on the fringe of getting a new card because he did get a card, his 90 overall team of the week. That was a few weeks ago. He has been having a good season. Madden loves to give Julio Jones cards, and obviously when he gets a card, Julio Jones is probably one of the better receivers in the game when he gets a card. I'm going to buy that power up for 10k. Seems like a solid deal to me. And I already have a couple other in my binder. I'm not super heavily invested in him, but of course, this is a bit more of a longer term investment, or actually I'd say more of a medium term investment, just because, I mean, he got a 90, but he didn't get a card super recently, so he's probably due for one relatively soon, but not like in the next like couple weeks. But now let's move on to the next player right here. This is actually going to be an offensive lineman, you guys, and this is going to be Quinton Nelson. Quinton Nelson's power up isn't that expensive right now, and there's also, I believe he's a left guard, and there's not that many great left guards in the game right now. I'm going to be honest with you guys. He's only got an 88 overall. He's one of the best offensive linemen in the NFL. I'm probably just going to buy a couple of his power ups right now. With offensive linemen, it's a little harder to predict when they're going to get a new card. So it's hard for me to say whether this is going to be a short-term or a long-term investment, but keep in mind his power-up is very cheap, as we snipe one right here for 2.4k. I already have about 5 of him in my item binder. Quinton Nelson, I mean, I think he's really cheap right now. I'm happy to invest in him at this price of 4k, as we just buy 3 of them right here. But Quinton Nelson, definitely someone I would consider investing in the very near future. I think he should be getting a card soon, potentially Thanksgiving promo, because offensive linemen, of course, don't usually get Team of the Week cards, so they're more likely to get cards in promos. Now, the next player that we're going to talk about is going to be someone who is definitely in line for another upgrade as well, and that is going to be Joey Bosa, you guys. Joey Bosa, let's take a look at how much his power-up is going for. It's only going for 3,000 coins. Currently, his best card on the market is just an 87 overall heavyweight. I think he's definitely due for an upgrade. I could see him getting an upgrade in the Thanksgiving promo. Now, keep in mind, also, the players that are playing on Thanksgiving are also more likely to get upgraded cards. I don't know exactly everyone who's playing on Thanksgiving just yet. I don't have it all memorized, but that could be another thing to look into when you're looking to buy a card. But Joey Bosa, he has really good stats for a defensive end. Now, usually I've noticed that defensive ends, their power-up cards don't go up in price too much unless it's like Aaron Donald, which literally everyone wants. But Joey Bosa's 87 overall card does have decent stats. 91 finesse move means he's basically going to be the best finesse move player in the game. He'll be at like 95 finesse move when he gets a new card. So for that stat alone, I'm thinking people will get really excited about him and probably buy his card. I'd say, again, he's more of a medium-term investment. Just because I don't know how soon he's going to get a new card, but probably more of a medium-term investment in length-wise. Now, the next person that I want to talk about is going to be Tyrone Smith. Tyrone Smith is someone who, he always gets upgrades in Madden. No matter, honestly, how well he plays, Tyrone Smith is going to get an upgrade in Madden. Let's just filter it down by left tackle here, just because there's a few of them, and we'll be able to see Tyrone Smith. He's literally just going for 1.9k, so this would be a super cheap investment, and similar to the last 2 cards I showed you, his best card is just a heavyweight, so I feel like all 3 of these cards I've just showed you guys, Joey Bosa, Quinton Nelson, and him, are kind of in like fringe territory. They're very, very likely to get an upgrade soon, and there's almost no risk in investing in this card because realistically, this power-up card isn't going to go below 1.5 thousand coins. So you can buy up a bunch of these power-up cards with literally no risk, and maybe you get lucky. Maybe he ends up getting, basically the thing that you want for these power-up cards to go up in price is they get a pretty good card, which is either going to be like one of the best cards in the game, so all of the best players want it, or they get a card which you can get in an NAT version, which is like one of the better cards in the game also, and that's what happened with like Jamal Adams and Jalen Ramsey, and that's why their prices went up. So Tyrone Smith, I would probably classify him in more of that second category. We probably want him to get some type of good NAT card, then his power-up price will go up. So let's take a look at the last two players, as this video is getting a little bit long, but I mean, I tried to speed through it pretty quickly, but we're still getting a decent amount of information in here. If you guys have enjoyed as well and you aren't yet subscribed, feel free to do so and drop a like down below. I did a decent amount of research for this one, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. Tom Brady's power-up is another player that I've been thinking about. He only has an 88. I would say this is a very short-term investment. He's due for a card within the next couple weeks, that's for sure. I'm expecting a Thanksgiving card, or they're just going to give him a card soon, because he only has an 88 overall, and his power-up's only going for 12k. Now, the Tom Brady card in Madden isn't usually super glitchy, but just because of the name value alone, I'm saying that his card is probably going to go up in price. 12k, I'll buy another one of his power-ups. Of course, I'm not too heavily invested in Tom, but I would say Tom Brady is a pretty good investment idea. I could see this power-up card going up to 20k pretty easily when he gets a new card. Now, let's take a look at the last player that I have on my list. This is someone who has been absolutely balling, and I'm pretty heavily invested in him. I would say my most heavy investments are this Dalvin Cook right here, whose price has gone up a ton since the last time I checked. He's up at 14k. I had bought a lot of him at like 7k, so I've already made a little bit of coins off this Dalvin Cook. I'll buy this for 9.6 though. But Dalvin Cook, absolute baller. He's gonna get a really, really good card very soon. He only has an 89, so he's due for an upgrade really soon. And even his 89 overall card has good stats. Like his next card is gonna be potentially the best runner in the game. He's only an 89. Let's say he gets like a 93 or something like that. His speed's gonna be above 90. I mean, he just has really good stats. His elusiveness is going to be high, over 90 break tackle. His juke and spin move are great, so he gets evasive on him. And Dalvin Cook has been absolutely balling as well. I could see him getting a Team of the Year card. And yeah, that's going to basically do it for the video. This is more of a short-term investment as well, but hopefully you guys did enjoy. Let me know if you want to see this series every couple weeks. Honestly, I would love to film this series every couple weeks. I think this video is really helpful. I haven't seen any other YouTubers make stuff on this, so hopefully you guys did enjoy it. And until next time, boys, I'm out. Have a good one. Peace.
It means no